Shalom, shalom, everyone. Thank y'all for coming to the clubhouse as we embark on another study that's going to hopefully be eye-opening and give other people, something to study on their own and look at. We're going to go over the reenactment of the Feast of Tabernacle. So before we start, can someone read, I think it's Colossians 2, 16 and 17.
Okay, Colossians 2, 16 and 17. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of any holy day or of the new moon or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Christ.
So what we have right there is you got Paul actually explaining how those high holy days and those Sabbaths, everything that Israel had been doing pretty much that, 1,300 plus years, it all was just a shadow, but the body, the image, was actually Christ. So in other words, once you know the element of a shadow. Anybody can stick their hand up in the daylight and they see the shadow. And what the shadow does, it gives like the outline. You can look at the shadow and kind of tell what you're looking at, but it don't have the details. It's not in detail form. So now we have Christ being that body, Christ being that new Adam. We got him actually being the detail or whatever the shadow was. So when you look at Christ, you have the image. You have the truth. When you look at what Israel had been doing in 1,300 plus years, you have the shadow. And they was too much concentrated on the shadow that they didn't understand what the shadow was about. They didn't understand the image that backed the shadow. So dealing with the feast days would be part of that shadow that's telling a story of the true image. So what they how Moses saw how the word had it laid out. Before he came on the scene as the Messiah to do what he was supposed to do, he gave Israel a precursor. He gave them a preface. And the preface would be the feast day, the law, and etc. So he got them ready for when he got on the scene. When he came on the scene, they would understand all this stuff that we have been doing has been about his life and his life only. So now we're going to go on the reenactment of the Feast of Tabernacles. We're going to go through the true image of the Feast of Tabernacles. So let's start where the Feast of Tabernacle actually starts. We're going to go to Leviticus 23, and if someone can read 34 through verse 44. Leviticus 23, 34 through 44.
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, In the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Also on the 10th day of this 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you. And ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And ye shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, in all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even. From even unto even shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, The 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles, for 7 days unto the Lord. On the 1st day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be a holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, a sacrifice, and drink offerings, everything upon his day, beside the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye give unto the Lord. Also, in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the 1st day shall be the Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And ye shall take you on the 1st day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. And ye shall keep it as a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Ye shall dwell in the booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in the booths, that your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths. When I brought them out of the land of Egypt, I am the Lord your God.
Okay, so now the first thing I wanna ask you, brother Mike, could you now just go through the feast that you named of the 7th month and on the day? Just name the feast and the day of the 7th month that they are supposed to be on.
The specific day?
Yeah, on started with trumpets. He was on started at verse 34.
Yeah. So it says, it's in the 7th month, in the 1st day of the month.
Okay, then atonement.
Then atonement is the 10th day of the 7th month.
And then tabernacle.
Feast of Booths. It is the 15th day of the 7th month.
So we see how the trumpets, atonement, tabernacles, how they was all close in proximity, dealing with the celebration of them.
Okay.
So they're not separated by months and months and months. So the way that it was given out to them, it was something that they were expect to happen in chronological order, close to each other. So, you got your trumpets blowing. And we know trumpets was a sign of war as well as warning. So you have your trumpets blowing, which is a sign of judgment. You got your atonement going on around that same time of judgment. And atonement is for infliction. So you got your judgment. Then you have those being inflicted. And then, during that same time period, you have others that's gathering. So you got judgment, infliction, gathering. That's how the feasts are actually lined up. So we're going to actually talk about the tabernacle now. What's the significance of the tabernacle? So now, can you just start at the verse dealing with tabernacles now, and we're going to try to just go through from what it sounds like going on before we actually go into scriptures and show what's going on. So can you just go through it again, starting at the one dealing with tabernacles?
And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, saying that the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles, for 7 days unto the Lord. On the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. 7 days ye shall offer an offering.
Okay, so right there. Mm-hmm. So when it starts, it's an holy convocation, a meeting. And when it's starting, they are resting from their labor. So they're entering into a rest, a state of rest. Right? So right after the affliction happened, the atonement, right after the land and stuff is being atoned for, the people and the land, you have now a state of rest that's coming after the judgment, after all of that chaos. Now you're in a state of rest. All right, you can
7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day.
Now fire? Hold on. So fire deals with, the Lord is a consuming fire, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yes, sir. And so that kind of deals with judgment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But notice, it's for 7 days. So it's almost like he's taking us through another creation.
Okay.
See, we get into the 7th day now. And what do we do on the 7th day? We rest.
Yep.
So, the state is, we're in a restful state. And for 7 days, we're under the guise of whatever the Father got us doing now. Because his judgment is being enacted. Now, judgment don't always have to be punishment. Judgments also are positive also. So you have the rest happening after the infliction, 7 days that can take us through another creation, and then what's going to happen?
On the 8th day shall be an holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein.
Okay, so now we're done. We got done with the week. We're done with the week now. Mm-hmm. Now we're whatever they're ordained to do. Just like in the Genesis narrative, you got day 7, and after day 7, creation was able to do whatever they was ordained to do. So now it goes off of the days, and it starts getting into details of what the people are actually doing. So on this great 8th day, the holy convocation, the time period in which mankind is back in its original state after everything has been started over fresh, So now it's time for mankind to live their life in the Garden of Eden again. So we're back to the Garden of Eden now, but now they're offering up things dealing off of the judgment of the Most High. In other words, they're remembering all of the things that the Father and the Son has done to get them to that point of day 8, and they're gathering together. So now it's going to actually get real good. All right, so now what's going to happen?
These are the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be a holy convocation, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, a sacrifice, and drink offerings, everything upon his day.
So right there, you got the burnt offering, you got the sacrifice, you got the meat, and you got the drink. Tell me what anybody on the panel, tell me what that reminds you of. You got your burnt offering, you got the sacrifice offering, you got the meat offering, and you got the drink offering. What does that remind you of?
It's atonement, right?
Well, let's take it one step at a time. Yeah. Burnt offering should be the Passover, right? Yeah. Sure. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's what it's actually going through all of that. So you got your burnt offering, and with your burnt offering, something is destroyed by fire, correct?
Okay. Yep.
So something has happened because of judgment. Mm-hmm. You got your sacrificial offering, and we know that Christ was the sacrifice for us. But notice what else you have. You got your meat and your drink offering. What does that remind you of?
The Last Supper.
100%. The Last Supper, when he was breaking off, this is my body. This is my blood. So you got that all embodied in those offerings that gets them to tabernacling with the Father. See, they couldn't tabernacle with the Father until Christ died, atoned for everybody, enacted the new covenant, resurrected, and the gospel was spread. So you see it being spoken of allegorically with these different aspects of the feast. You can keep.
Beside the Sabbaths of the Lord, and beside your gifts, and beside all your vows, and beside all your free will offerings, which ye give unto the Lord.
And all that was pretty much, they brought gifts unto Christ when he was born. Thank you. Yes, sir, thank you. And what was the Christian supposed to do? They was told to give to the community. They were supposed to help all communities out, correct?
Correct.
So you got your free will offerings, you got your gift offerings. All of this is enacting what you're supposed to be doing inside of the new covenant. All right, you can keep going, my brother.
Also, in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath.
Now you got him saying, when you have gathered all of the fruit of the land, what does that make you think of?
Discipleship, right?
Yes, sir, 100%. They're gathering in. Well, not only discipleship though. Think about also what else is supposed to be gathered in the gathering.
I didn't hear that question, brother. Can you ask it again?
What else is supposed to be gathered? And what was they waiting on?
The harvest.
Correct. Israel was supposed to. Go ahead, Britt. I know you should say something. Never mind, I saw everybody drop their microphones. Okay, but yes, sir, the harvest, they was waiting on Israel to come back in and be gathered under the Messiah. So they was waiting on their gathering to occur. So now you have them gathering the fruit, and this should make you kind of think of the first fruits being gathered in. So you have the first people that get the spirit and etc. and understand the kingdom. They're being gathered in under this great rest, dealing with this new creation. All right.
Okay. And ye shall take you on the first day the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and the willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days.
So now you have a rejoice in a new creation. They're rejoicing in the Lord their God, and they're bringing the palm trees and the willow branches and etc. So we can stop where we at right now in Leviticus, and we're going to break out a little bit more of the information. But first, I want to give everyone a time to say something if they want to say something now about the information that has been given out so far.
Yeah.
Brother, what was the first verse that you read? I think it was on Colossians.
Yeah, it was Colossians 2.
Colossians, okay. Could you go back to it so I could just point out a small detail to see if this lands on the point that it being made? But so far, the foreshadowing makes clear sense. From one post-event to from pre-event to post-event. So can you find that verse for me?
Yeah, so it's Colossians 2:16 and 17. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of any holy days or of the new moon or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Christ.
Is there a word for, in Greek or Hebrew, for the word body? Would that be listed as corpse or corporation, as in an entity, a living entity in this case, right? So what I gathered, what dawned on me from this particular verse is as an example where a group of men can meet. I'm just using a parable. A group of men can meet to discuss the blueprint or the plans of a particular corporation from a non-physical standpoint of view, and foreshadow the forecast or things to come based on that particular corporation that they're founding. But those things do not come into effect until the actual corporation is risen, if it makes sense. I own a business now, and I had to start, a corporation, and I realized that it came from a non-physical place. The idea, or the plan to, particularly for this business, but it did not come into the full effect until the corporation was actually brought forth, if it makes sense, as referring to the body of Christ. In his body, we are in his body, so we're feasting in his body as we are, in him, and he is in us. I'm not sure if I made any sense, but that's what I gathered from what we've, got into so far.
Yeah, so the word for body in that verse 17 is soma, and it's in the neuter. And I think it could be in reference to the church, the body of the church. At least that's how I see it in the interlinear here.
Got it. So that was a good reference, because church in that context as well applies, as an assembly, of people. In this case, under one accord, being that, the Lord our God is one. So that's the understanding that we can, or as a church, a church can agree that that's the, fundamentally what we are in gathering for.